Hi. In my earlier video, Aspects of Storytelling #1, I spoke about my being invited to present at the district conference in Hong Kong, District 89 Toastmaster Conference, and just to fill you in on how grandiose that particular conference was, here's the program that they put out. Just to flick through it, there was 10 workshops in the conference. I was workshop number 2, and my particular workshop was called The Magic of Story. And in it I presented, of course, the workshop on the subject of storytelling, and placed on all of the seats at the conference was a copy of this, as I showed you in the earlier video, of which there are 12 different points to remember in helping you become a better storyteller. Now, I'm not going to go through the whole list. I've already dealt with #1. I'd just like to pick out one here. Where are we? Remember, stories told at first hand. Here's the way I introduced it. Imagine that you're sitting in an audience, a big auditorium, and up on stage is a learned professor who knows all about terrorism and so forth. And he's talking about the attack on the 9/11, on the buildings in New York. And as he's talking about it, he's putting in statistics, how many firemen were there, and what time it happened, what aircraft were used, and all this sort of thing. Very, very interesting in a way. And then someone in the audience sticks up their hand and in a loud voice says, "I know, mate, I was there." Who would the audience want to listen to at that point? The learned professor who knows all the facts and figures, the abstract concepts, and all of this type of thing, or the man who was actually there? It's obvious. The man who was actually there. That's who they would like to listen to. And this is what you must remember when you're telling a story. If you can tell a story which has actually happened to you, it's out of your life, no one else's life, first hand. You went through it. That's the best sort of story that you can tell. Second best, if somebody that you know and trust, who you know and trust, tells you a story out of their lives, personal to them, which affected you, then that also is the next level of story. The first level, of course, being what happened to you. The second, what happened to a trusted friend. And the third, any other subject that you are interested in, deeply interested in, that you've devoted a lot of time learning about. Those are the 3 most powerful subject matter stories that you can tell. To reiterate, personal to you, it happened to you. Second, something that happened to someone you know and trust, and their story moved you deeply. And thirdly, something you are deeply interested in, something which fascinates you, that you want to put into story form and tell an audience. I hope you got something out of this little tip on how to tell stories to an audience and the sort of stories that you need to tell to be most effective as a speaker.